Hello, here we have an action camera with no screen. This camera is available on Amazon, that's where I purchased it from. Very interesting camera, lots of features but no screen, so I'm just going to start by saying if you would like a screen, there is a similar camera called the SJCAM C200, which I like very much, even though it does kind of overheat a little bit in warm weather. So with that out of the way, let's talk about this camera, the SJCAM C110 Plus, how to turn on image stabilization with the SJCAM C110 Plus. So as with other action cameras made by this company, SJCAM, with no screen, so maybe this does apply to cameras with a screen, but specifically, how do you change your settings on this camera? Let's talk about image stabilization. And after this part of the video is done, I will show you a sample footage with the image stabilization turned on. I do like 1080p 60 frames per second with the image stabilization on this camera. I think typically with other cameras, sometimes the image stabilization will result in a decrease in quality because it's electronic image stabilization, EIS. However, with this camera and the SJCAM C200, I didn't really see a noticeable decrease in quality. So 1080p resolution, 60 frames per second with image stabilization, you should be good to go. But there's no screen, so you can't really see what you're recording. But anyways, I'm not going to mention that anymore. Let's just talk about how to use this camera, the image stabilization setting. So you want to go to your app store, download the SJCAM, oh no, not focusing, SJCAM Zone application. Click on the application. Connect to camera. Manual connection, and once you click confirm, it's going to show you a list of your Wi-Fi networks, and you want to connect to the camera's Wi-Fi. So let's turn on Wi-Fi. First, turn on the camera, long press. Now, all you do is press the Wi-Fi button, which is right there. Now, on your list of Wi-Fi networks is going to appear another Wi-Fi network starting with either C110 or C110 Plus, and you want to click that network, and sorry, it's going to ask you for a password, which will be detailed in the manual. The manual is going to show the name of the network, the name of the password, so you can connect to that network, no problem. It's going to be in your user manual. Once you've connected and entered your password, you want to go back to the SJCAM Zone app, and it's going to say connect to your camera. Now watch this. It's going to start showing exactly what your camera is seeing. Very cool. So that's how to use the app. Now magically you can see what your camera is seeing with a little bit of a delay. So how do you change the image stabilization feature? And I'm going to show you a sample. If you're interested in purchasing this camera, don't know if this will help inform your decision, but hopefully it helps. Image stabilization, it's a very nice feature, and I think it works fairly well on this camera. So we're in photo mode, so if you're not, just swipe back to the left, to the right, go all the way back to video mode. So that's where you can swipe left and right to go to your different settings. So on video mode, you want to click on settings. Okay. Now, sorry that you're kind of seeing my reflection here. Resolution. So as I said, that's my favorite setting, 1080p 60 frames per second resolution. Okay. Now, here's the setting that we're interested in at the moment. Gyro sensor. That needs to be on. So once that's on, that is your image stabilization feature. Sometimes they're called anti-shake, EIS, stabilization. In this case, it's called gyro sensor. So that's the setting you want to be on, and you're good to go. So we're in video mode, gyro sensor is on, that's my favorite setting, resolution 1080p 60 frames per second, and you're on video mode. So now you're good to go. So that's it. That's all I need to know. You can change the settings on your app, so we're on video mode. So I will just say you don't have to have the smartphone or tablet with you all the time to operate this camera. It's just mainly turning it off, mainly to change the settings, which you can't do without a screen. You can't change it on the camera without your smartphone or tablet. But once you have that, you can click one press to record, one press to stop recording. You don't need it to actually record. You can do that on the camera without the assistance of the smartphone or tablet. You can certainly remotely initiate recording, but once you've got your settings done, you can just tap the on button, short press, start recording, and then tap short press to stop recording. So that's it. We're going to show you some image stabilization footage here, so you can decide if this is something that you're interested in buying. It's not cheap. I mean, relatively cheap maybe compared to some other brands, but there are cameras out there that are a little bit less, which potentially better, like the SJCAM C200. I do like that camera. I purchased this because I was interested in seeing the video quality, but it's tough without a screen unless you're using it in a way that you don't really have to see what you're recording all the time if you attach the camera to something. So the image stabilization feature, how well does it work? Well, I'll let you decide for yourself. This is an image stabilization video test shortly with the SJCAM C110 Plus, available on Amazon. Image stabilization video test. Hello, this is an image stabilization video test with the SJCAM C110 Plus action camera image stabilization video test. We're just going to walk around so you can see if this camera is doing a good job of stabilizing the footage so it doesn't look shaky. Image stabilization video test, 1080p 60 frames per second with the SJCAM C110 Plus action camera. Let's start walking around. I'm going to try to keep the camera still, and hopefully the image stabilization feature will take care of the rest. Just walking around. Image stabilization with the SJCAM C110 Plus action camera. Sunday afternoon, September 2024. Image stabilization with the SJCAM C110 Plus action camera. Sunday afternoon. Video test, audio test. SJCAM. Available on Amazon. It does not have a screen. Just keep in mind, this camera does not have a screen. So if you're looking for a camera with the screen, similar dimensions, similar weight, similar features, then I might just recommend the SJCAM C200, which does have a screen. And it's not, can sometimes get a little bit hot in warmer weather, but that is definitely an option if you are interested in a camera made by this company. I mean, in my opinion, it's a great camera, but just do your research before you buy anything. So this is the SJCAM C110 Plus, and of course, the SJCAM C200 is also an option. It's also on Amazon, a little bit cheaper actually, which is nice. But this camera is quite heavy for a camera without a screen, so maybe it's to support the battery life. I mean, one would hope. That would be nice. So far, everything seems to be fine. I mean, I think the video quality is fine. I think the image stabilization is perfectly fine. I think the battery life is fine. So far, so good. It's just not the cheapest camera that you can buy. That's for sure. It's around $100, something like that. So it's a nice day, though. Nice day to test this camera. It's September 2024. September 2024. SJCAM. Quite a nice day. A little bit warm. Okay, so we're going to take another lap, I guess. That'll be it for the image stabilization video test. And thank you for watching this video. The SJCAM C110 Plus action camera.